It's Shaniqua again. So tonight we were supposed to do 2 exercises for each of the 5 cases given. So I'm going to start with the 85-year-old man who has no limits. Just an 85-year-old male. So the first thing that I of course said was something simple that an 85-year-old guy could do, and that was lifting weights. And this one here is kind of heavy. This is a 15-pound weight. So maybe an 85-year-old man might want to take something a little lighter, maybe 10 pounds or a 5-pound dumbbell. But for this one, lifting weights would definitely be a very good exercise for an older male. Conditioning, strength, keeping those muscles moving. And then I also said that stretching would be a very good exercise for an older male, older person. Really, it would be good for anybody to stretch, but especially for an 85-year-old male, might want to just try doing some stretching every day. Keep the stiffness out. And it's also with balance, less likely to fall, break any bones. Alright, so that's the 85-year-old male. So for a 65-year-old stroke victim with a weak left side, I looked up some exercises on that, and I guess this one I would think would be depending on the severity of the weakness in the left side, but they said that bridging would be a good one, so that's just laying down flat and lifting your hips, and my arms are flat on the floor. I'll do 5 of those. 4, 5. Okay. And then they also said for, of course, the person with a weak left side, that's something that simple they could do every day, just sitting around, would be to move the arm on the left side through the full range of motion 3 times a day. So basically just, watch out a little bit, moving the arm around, moving it up and down, across the chest, just really like flexing and stretching, moving it around, circular motions 3 times a day, and that's supposed to help with the weakness on the left side for the arm. And then that was 2 for the 65-year-old stroke victim. So then for a 55-year-old female with osteopenia, I looked up some exercises that were good for increasing hip bone density. And so they said that the first one that they could do around the house that would just help, would, like, anytime, would be trying to, anytime you're rising from a sitting position, don't use your hands. So, of course, that one's simple. I'll get up. Hold on a second. So, here I am sitting on the bed. Anytime you get up, which that would be harder for a person, even though we don't think about it. It would probably be harder for an older person or a 55-year-old even with osteopenia to get up without using their hands. So just simply getting up. That would be a good exercise for them to do every day. And then they had side leg lifts, which, make sure you can see me here. I don't have a cameraman tonight, I'm sorry. Side leg lifts, just lifting the leg to the side, lifting it up, bringing it in. Lifting the leg up and keeping it straight as you're lifting it up, bringing it back in. Lifting the leg up, bringing it in. Helps with increasing bone density. And so then, come back down. So, for a 40-year-old male recovering from ACL surgery, they said that heel slides, and I read that heel slides and straight leg lifts would be good exercises for the recovery of the ACL. So, these are just done really in a sitting position, and it seems really easy to me, but I don't have any problems with my ACL, of course, so it is simple. But just keeping your heel, let me make sure you can see it. So just keeping your heel on the floor, sliding it in, keeping your toes pointed up, and bending the knee, bringing it in. And they said until the person would, of course, feel that stretch, feel that pull their ACL. Bringing it in, stretching it back out. And that's simple. But for somebody who's recovering from ACL surgery, will probably be pretty painful at first. But it's a good exercise to help strengthen it. And then the straight leg lifts were just laying back a little bit, lifting that leg. Alright. And then for an 18-year-old gymnast who has no limits and would probably be in pretty good shape, just some regular exercises that anybody could do, which would be crunches and squats. Alright. Five crunches, that's all you're getting out of me tonight. And then for squats, I'll get up one more time. I'll move on the camera here. 1 second. Just doing basic squat. Feet shoulder width apart, hands on your hips, and take it down. 3, 4, and 5. And that is 2 exercises for each of the 5 cases given. Good night.